So, welcome to this episode of reading the Bible in Cantonese. Um, so we're gonna start ahead with. Oh, here, I'll explain a little bit about me first. I am not a native Cantonese speaker. However, I have been living in Hong Kong and learning Cantonese for a very, very long time. So, forgive me if my tones are all over the place. Um, I'm going to help you learn how to read the Gospel of John today in Cantonese. So let's start first with what website I'm using. I'm using a lot of Google Translate and everything, and I'm also using this website called www.obible.com. There are other resources and websites that are probably better, but I just like this one because it has the Cantonese at the top and it has the King James Version at the bottom. And I don't know what the BBE stands for. But I just prefer reading the King James Version, and the HB5 Cantonese version or Chinese version is very similar, if not exactly the same translation as the King James Version, which is just my personal preference. If you click on this over here, this means 中英對着, which means, sorry, I said the wrong word, which means it's the Chinese and the English together, like parallel to each other. Well, here in this case, underneath and above. Okay, so let's get started with the book of John. Reading chapter 1, verse 1 first. Oh, before I get started, here above, this means Yakhon. Yakhon is John. It's the phonetic sound of John, and Fukyam is gospel. So Yakhong Fukyam means the Gospel of John. Fukyam is really useful because it's used for most of the names of the New Testament books in the Bible. For example, Matthew, which is Matai Fukyam. Matai is sort of phonetically sounds similar to Matthew in English. So you'll find a lot of the Bible names sort of the characters in themselves don't actually mean anything, but the sound of the character sounds like the name, so you'll see a lot of that in the Bible. Okay, so let's get started. So, Tai Cho Yao Do. Tai means very, Cho means early, so Tai Cho means very, very early in time, which in here means it means in the beginning. Yao Do. Yao means has, or there was in existence. And then do. Do has many meanings. It means path, doctrine, way, method, road. In this instance, we're talking about, I guess, doctrine, because here in the English it says the word, and in Chinese they use the character do as in path or doctrine or way, which is really interesting, I thought, for, so there's food for thought for you. This next, I scrolled up when I wasn't supposed to. Do Hing Sun Tong Joy. So Do Hing Sun Tong Joy. Do Hing means got doctrine, like with or accompanied, or something like that. Sun means God, so you'll see this occur a lot. Tong means, I didn't mean to drag that. Tong means and, as in tong mai when you speak Cantonese. Oh yes, if you didn't know, there's written Cantonese and spoken Cantonese. And so studying the Bible, you'll learn a lot of written Cantonese because there's a difference. Joy means dwelling or indwelt or with. So this whole sentence here means Do Hing San Tong Joy means and the word was with God, which is what it says here in English. The word was with God. The next one is Do Zhao Si Sun. Do means doctrine or word or path or method. And this is a really useful character because you'll see this in a lot of non-biblical texts, Chinese texts as well. Do Si is the written form of Zhao Hai in Cantonese. Zhao Hai means it is, like that's what it is. And Do Si in written form means it is as well. So sun, so Do Zhao Si Sun means the word is God. And here in here it says the word was God, but dosi can also mean was as well, because Chinese just works like that. Dosi can also mean which is as well. Dosi, sorry, I said that very non-Chinese. Okay, so the second verse, here we'll go here. 這都太初興新同在. So that's a mouthful. 這 means like that or this, so in reference to whatever was said in the previous verse. So 都 這都, so that means like the same word that we're talking about before. 太初興 was 太初 means like very early, so in the beginning. 新同在, so 新同在 means God with dwelling, so was with God in English. So the same beginning that we're talking about before was with God, or the same word in the beginning was with God. Okay, so verse 3. Here it says man. Man means 10,000, I think. Mat is things, like objects. So man, mat refers, it means 10,000 things, but in essence actually means all things, like a lot of things. In this case, all things. Si is, in spoken Cantonese is hai, so man mat si, so man mat hai would be the spoken way. Man mat si. Tik jak. Tik jak means by means of. So tik is borrow, and jak on its own means like touch or plan or book or ignite, I think, or something like that. So tik jak together means by means of, somehow. Ta means his or her. Zhou dik. Zhou means like making or create or build, and dik is in Cantonese, like you know how people say 我做嘅 or 呢個係我嘅, so that means it's mine. This sentence 他做的 in spoken Cantonese you can translate it as 佢做嘅, so that means by his making. So this whole sentence says all things are by means of his creation, in essence. That's what it means in English. And in the English translation in KJV, it says all things are made by him. So it's pretty much a similar translation. Okay, so this character means whatsoever, and this character means covers or blankets or are or is. So together it means whatsoever. So fun bay, zhou dik. You learn what zhou dik means, like created. So whatsoever created or was created. So whatsoever was created, mu yao. This is really useful because you'll see it in a lot of non-biblical texts again. Mu yao means not have. The colloquial way of saying mu yao would be mo, like mo, mei yao, or Mandarin mei you. So mu yao. Mu is no, and mu is not have, and yao is have. So mu yao would be not have. Yet yang but si. Yet yang means the same, like similar, but si means not is, and tik jak means by means of ta zhou dik, so his creation. So nothing, back to the whole sentence, I know it's kind of weird, nothing was created, well, nothing of the same is of his creation, in essence. So if we look at the English translation, it means without him was not anything made that was not anything that was made. So basically, it's saying God made everything and nothing that was made. So mu yao yet yang. So yet young could also be one thing as well, as well as the same meaning as the same. So there isn't one thing that isn't by means of his creation. So in English you can't use double negatives. In Chinese you can, which can be really confusing. But yeah, it means like God. There wasn't anything made that wasn't made by God. So if it wasn't made by God, it doesn't exist. So let's go to verse 4. Oh, by the way, we're only going to verse 10 because I think, or else this video will be seriously long. So anyway, let's keep going. Summing. Summing is life. Joy ta. So dwelling in or through him. Lei tao. Loi tao, I think. Loi tao. Anyway, ta loi tao. Probably, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting the tone wrong for this character. But basically this means life, dwelling, him, his, inside, head, which is strange. So in English it says, in him was life, but here it's kind of saying like life was in his mind, as in like I think life was created through his mind. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but you can, anyway, food for thought. 这生命, so that life, or the life that we're previously talking about, 就是, which is 人的光. So 人的光in this sentence, so if you have two nouns or two things and a dik in the middle, it means light of men. So you could use it, you could be like humans light. So the life, which is the light of men. It's kind of backwards, but you'll get the hang of it. Yan is people, dik is like of, and guang is light. Okay, let's move on. Verse 5. Guang jiu zai hak ngam loi. So guang is light, jiu is brighten, jiu zai together means shine through. Hak ngam, as you know, this character means black, and these two characters together mean darkness. So hak ngam loi. Loi means, or loi, I'm probably saying it wrong again, but yeah, whatever, means inside. So guang shines through the darkness. And in English it says, and the light shineth in darkness. Okay, so the next one would be hak ngam. Oh, I forgot, I need to read my notes for this. Hold on. Kuk. Okay, hak ngam kuk. But deep sao guang. Okay, hak ngam means darkness. Kuk, but. This character means like but or however, or in conjunction to, yet or while. So, but deep sao means accept, and but deep sao means not accept. And then here means light. So the darkness, in contrast, doesn't accept the light. And in an English translation, it means, and the darkness comprehended it not. So, and if you didn't understand that, you can also read the BBE version, which is, it is not overcome by the dark, which I think is, I don't know, a little bit different from the Chinese, where it says the darkness, it doesn't accept the light. So it kind of means in Cantonese like they're contrary to each other. Verse 6, Yao yat go yan. Yao is have, yat go one. Yat go is like a counting particle, so yat go yan means one person. So Yao yat go yan. So there was one person, or in this case a man. Si chong. Chong means through, or let me think, like by, through or by, is by. So si is. Na sun na loi 才來的. So sun is God, na is that. I think I need to read my notes again. Na lai, oh yeah, okay, na lai means that, na is like that or those. Lai can also mean like place, so na lai together is there. So sun there, tai means different, and loi dek. Loi means come, and ge is kind of referring to God. So there was one man through God's sending, so by God, there was a difference in, oh my gosh, translation failed. Anyway, so in English it means there was a man sent from God. And here, this indicates that this man was special because it says tai, which means different, and loi means come. So it's an interesting, special man that came. It kind of gets lost in the English translation. Anyway, Mang Gyu. Mang is name. Gyu is kind of a colloquial saying of cold, so I'm wondering why it's in the text. Maybe it's used in written language too. And Hon, which is John, which is like Gospel of John. So his name was John. Okay, so next one, verse 7. So 這人來, that person came. 這人來, so that person and then come or came. 話要作. Okay, so this is another crazy grammar thing. Why means because of or the reason. You means need or the wanting. Job means to do or to make. This together means ginting. Ginting means witness. So in essence, this whole sentence is saying that person came for the reason of being or doing or working as a witness. So in English it says the same came for a witness, or that man came to be. He came. I think the BBE is better translation here. So he came for a witness, to be a witness. Okay, so back to the Cantonese. 就是為光作見證. So 就是 here means which is the reason of. 光 is light. 作 is to be or to make, or to do. 見證 to be a witness. So which is the reason of doing the witnessing. Yeah, basically the light being the witness. So in the English translation it says to bear witness of the light. In the BBE version it says to give witness about the light. So yeah. Okay, so Gyu means to call. This character means, I have to go back to my notes again. Oh, it means jo, which actually means crowd, multitude, or many. So Gyu jo yan. So many people. Yan is people or person. Yan. So this is the same yan as in yanwai, as in because. So this means because. 他可以信. So 他 is they in this instance because we're referring to the multitudes of people here. 可以 means able. 可以can be able. 信 here means believe or belief. Okay, so to make all, so that all men can believe. Yeah. Right, so verse 8, so 他不是那光. So 他is referring to John. 不是means not 唔係. So if I said this in spoken Cantonese, it means 佢唔係嗰個光. 嗰個 means like that. So 他不是那光. So he was not the light, so John wasn't the light. This character means but, and to say this character, you have to say like lai, lai, lai. I'm probably saying it weird, but anyway, lai si means however or but. Ui guang, like the reason being for the light being or doing the job of being witness. So let's say this sentence all together. So 来是 ui guang zhok ginting. So to do the witness. So in English it means but was sent to bear witness of the light, or he was sent to give witness of the light. So you can kind of get the idea. Okay, only 2 more verses to go, and then we'll finish at number 10. So 拿光是真光. So that light, 拿光, si, which is 真 means the truth or real. Guang, so that light was the real light. This means illuminate altogether. And to say it, let me go back to my notes. It is, hold on. It means illuminate. I got it. 照亮. 照亮 means illuminate. Illuminate. 一齊. 一齊 means together. 生在. 生在 is like born in. 世上. This sai is like the sai guy, as in the world. So they just chop it up and put sai, so you know it's about the world. Sai sang dik yan. So sai sang dik yan is, actually this whole sentence is one thing. So sang joy sai sang dik yan. So sang joy is like born in the surface. Sai sang is the surface of the world. People. So people born in the world, basically, the surface of the world. So the whole sentence means illuminate altogether people born on the surface of the world. So in English, he could see which lighteth every man that cometh into the world, which means like born into the world. So illuminate all the people born into the world. Yeah. Okay, last verse. We finally got there. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back or reward. Right, so the first character is ta joy sai guy. So ta is referring to he. He, which you don't know who it is yet, but it'll make sense later in the chapters. So ta joy sai guy. So he or she or it or him or whoever dwell. Joy means like dwell in the world. Sai guy is the characters for world. Sai guy, see. Sai guy is like the world. See. This is also a non-biblical text too. It means and also. So in Mandarin it'd be hayo, I think, or something like that. And also zikjak. Zikjak is like by means of ta jodik, like we learned before, of his creation. So by means of his creation. So the world was also by means of his creation. So sakai si tikjak ta jodik. Yeah, okay. And this means, so sakai kirk. I think it's kirk. Oh, I totally forgot. Back to the notes. Sorry, kirk. Yeah, I'm right. Kirk. Sakai kirk, but ying sik ta. Right. So sakai is world. Kirk is however or but in conjunction to. But means no, and ying sik is the same as ying sik as in spoken Cantonese, which means not like awareness or like introduction or greeting. In this case, it means awareness. So, but ying sik means like not aware, and ta So here this whole sentence is saying, the world, however, was not aware of him. So the world was not aware of God. So in the English translation it says, and the world knew him not. And the other translation is, but the world had no knowledge of him. So they didn't know of God's existence. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the video. I hope this helped you. Please click subscribe or leave a comment. If I said something wrong or bad translation, please help me. And yeah, I hope you learned more Chinese. See you in the next time. Bye!